All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the After Hours Gaming League, game number 2 of Intel versus Zynga. We're going to start the game here very shortly. Tara, how are you doing?
I am doing great. I am still doing great from earlier today, and I'm excited to see how this next match goes.
Yeah, that first match was really something to watch, but the second match is going to be even crazier because it's going to be a Zerg versus Zerg match. It's going to be Blue Dragon versus Frito, two of my favorite names that I've heard so far at the After Hours Gaming League.
Yes, Blue Dragon. I had a little bit of a problem trying to figure out how to pronounce that name because it's actually B-L-U-D-R-G-N. So I was like, is it Blood Rain or something? But now that Dr Zealot has filled me in, I am ready to go, and I'm ready to cast this next match on Daybreak.
All right, well, let's go ahead and go into the game.
All right, let's start off with introducing these players.
Absolutely, Tara. Let's start off in the top right-hand corner, representing the team that you just saw take a very interesting match here. It is going to be our Zerg player, Blue Dragon.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg for playing for Team Zynga is Frito. I was like reading while I was talking, so I was having a little derp moment there. But let's talk a little bit about these teams first of all. Zynga is actually a game developer for a lot of games that I'm sure you guys have heard of, things Farmville. And of course, Intel is the maker of a lot of processors and hardware for computers. So it's kind of an exciting matchup because they kind of go hand in hand. You know, you need a processor and you need hardware to use certain games and software and stuff. So it's kind of a fun little matchup we have going on here. And I really love, I don't know if you got this from the website of AHGL, but I really love the description of what the AHGL is. It's kind of like, you know how corporations and corporate companies actually have like baseball teams and stuff like that. Well, this is kind of the nerd side of it, where all of the tech corporations have StarCraft teams, and they play against each other and kind of go head-to-head. And I found that pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. Of course, there is money on the line. There's $5,000 on the line here at the After Hours Gaming League, which will go to the charity of that team's choice, should they win the whole thing. So there is money and, more importantly, pride and status on the line, of course, here in Intel versus Zynga. We saw, we saw a huge rivalry last year here, Tara.
Absolutely. I mean, these are the two of the top teams in the AHGL in the last 2 seasons. There's only been 3 seasons. This is season 3. And in season 1 and 2, both teams did very, very well. And at the moment, both teams are 1-0 against other teams in this season. So it's pretty exciting to see some of the top teams and get to cast that as well. I'm absolutely excited.
Ooh, very interesting. We just saw Frito he had 3 workers on the gas, now going down to 1 worker on the gas. That spells to me that he wants to go for some tech, but just not right away. Metabolic boost coming up for both players, a number of Zerglings coming out for both players, and really standard ZVZ so far coming out right here on Intel versus Zynga. But oh, as I say that, a Baneling Nest comes down here by Blue Dragon. Looks like he wants to go for some damage really quickly, and that might be really hard for Frito because he just dropped down a hatchery, Tara.
Absolutely. With this volatile matchup, we're always going to see some crazy Baneling wars. We're going to see some Zerglings going in and out, dying quickly. Lots of micro-intensive battles here. And up until now, the builds of these 2 players have been very, very similar. Up until Frito, I think, decided to go with, I think, only 4 Zerglings, while Blue Dragon actually opted to go with 6 and drop down a hatchery a little bit earlier, I think. No, it was actually Frito that dropped down the hatchery a little bit earlier. My bad. It's quite hard with 2 Zergs to try to keep up with one another.
Yeah, and Frito has still not recognized that his opponent has gone for Banelings. The Baneling Nest is done for Blue Dragon. So Frito is going to be in a really hard position here very quickly. The Banelings are already morphing in. Metabolic boost is done for both players. The Baneling Nest just went down for Frito. It looks like he's going to try to go for a run by here in the natural. Oh my gosh, now he knows. He sees the banelings. He knows that he's behind. He's got to get out of here and defend himself until his baneling nest can come up, but it might be too late. Blue Dragon is already moving up the ramp right now with two banelings, but the queen block is coming here. Can Frito get the queen block in time? Yes, but he might lose his natural. A huge baneling explosion goes off, and oh my gosh, is he going to be able to hold the natural? Oh, a little bit of a miss micro there, and that miss micro means that Frito is going to be able to hold this natural, Tara.
That baneling bust there was just a little bit inopportune there for Frito. But it looks like Frito is up there with getting the banelings as well. And it looks like there's a huge battle going on here where the banelings are just morphing there, oblivious. And it looks like Frito is able to push Blue Dragon off. But oh my god, he lost a huge number of Zerglings there.
Oh, and oh my gosh, wasting all of the banelings on the unbuildable plates there was, oh man, that was a pretty rough mistake. And that means that Frito is going to have to morph into Spinecrawler. He's going to have to play defensively here for the next few minutes until he can get roaches out on the map. The Roach Warren, is the Roach Warren being created? No Roach Warren being made so far. It's still going to be neck and neck here, this Zerg versus Zerg on Daybreak.
Absolutely, and I mean, I know why both of these players are talking about how they hate ZVZ here. It is just really hard to micro these units. It is really easy to lose a lot of units here to just one baneling bust. Nice little baneling trade there. He almost lost, Frito almost lost all of those lings there to that one baneling, but he was able to move them back and do a little baneling trade.
Oh, and real nice addition here in Heart of the Storm. You can drop the creep tumors on the ramp, but as I say that, the banelings are coming in here before Blue Dragon, and whew, he's able to hit one of those. He's got these spine crawlers up in the natural now, which makes him very safe against these banelings. And Blue Dragon knows it. He's going to go ahead and go home and play a little safer. And I think now this will go into Zerg versus Zerg Roach play here very quickly.
I agree, Dr. Zealot. I think this is going to kind of evolve now. I think we're done with the little baneling and ling wars in the beginning, and I think Blue Dragon is ready to kind of just back off a little bit. I think they both did a little bit of damage, but I think Blue Dragon came out slightly ahead in that. Both of them are very close on supply, 45 and 48. And now they're just moving their overlords across the map, trying to get some map control. Knowing what the player is doing is key in a ZVZ. Blue Dragon is opting to upgrade his hatchery.
I like the little evolution block here at the natural by Blue Dragon here, Tara. Actually adding the Roach Warren there to the little bit of a wall there, so he can prevent any sort of run-bys, any sort of shenanigans that Frito wants to jump in there. And in fact, shenanigans are high right now. A number of Zerglings, ooh, they want to go in there. They want to play with those banelings. The banelings are, ooh. Is he going to be able to hit on those Zerglings? No, he's just dancing the Zerglings in and out, trying to keep the micro high. He does, oh, he forces an explosion!
Oh my god.
Blue Dragon recognizes it, but another baneling does get in. He is going to be able to get in, and that means that he's going to be able to see everything that Blue Dragon is up to right now. He recognizes everything that's going on. He sees that it's mostly standard here. He counts the number of drones. And Frito now has a huge strategic advantage in this matchup. In fact, morphing a couple of banelings inside of the base of Blue Dragon, but Blue Dragon knows exactly what's going on. He's going to go ahead and kill those.
I love this kind of play where everyone always tries to sneak in one or two lings and just put them in different corners of their opponent's base and just morph a baneling and just hope that they can go in and pick off a couple of workers just to kind of finish in. I think that is very, very cute play there.
You can see how intense the micro is here by all the players here. Just taking a look at the queen energy for both of our players, you can see the queen energy is quite high, even on two bases. Zerg versus Zerg just requires so much multitasking, so much awareness of what's going on the map at all times, and you can see why these players are just dreading this matchup.
Absolutely. Right now, the worker count and everything is pretty even here by the players. Both players have about 10 roaches out on the map. A couple of banelings just, you know, sitting around. Actually, each player, I think, has 2 banelings. Oh, no, I take it back. Frito has 5. Pretty similar build here for both of the players.
we do have roaches coming out on the map right now, and one big difference in the build here, Tara, is that we have Burrow coming out for Blue Dragon. That might be what he needs to regenerate these roaches and keep the roaches alive in the long term. It looks like he wants to go and try to deny the third here by our player, our red Zerg here, Frito, and this is a good timing for him, but Frito has the larger force. He's going to drive this force off, and he's going to get some free hits here on these roaches. The roaches reinforcements are coming in. Is Burrow done yet? No, so he cannot burrow these roaches yet and save them. He's got to run for now. Burrow is almost done, and I fully expect as soon as Burrow's done, he should burrow these roaches. And there we go. Burrow is done. The roaches are now hurt, and there we go. The burrow goes down, and now Frito takes sort of a lead in this, able to keep his third.
Yes, this is a very good play by Blue Dragon. I like that he got the burrow. He was a little bit behind in the supply just for a moment there, as he was able to tech up to burrow. But it looks like it might give him the edge here. I don't see any overseers here on the map for either player, so it looks like burrow would probably be a pretty good step here in picking off any kind of extra bases that Frito might have, kind of just evening the playing field or putting it in the favor of Blue Dragon at the moment. A little engagement here, going to push back these Lings. The Lings are just scouting around. They want to know what Blue Dragon is up to. They want to help Frito secure this win and secure this map control here at this moment.
Yeah, and this overseer on the map for Blue Dragon is going to allow him to see up this ramp. He wants to bust the ramp. Is he going to be able to go up? This is a really bad engagement for Blue Dragon. The concave is just way too good for Frito. He's going to have to retreat, and there's just so many units for Frito right now on the map. He's going to push this all the way across the map. Frito looking really strong right now in this matchup. Blue Dragon is completely forced to burrow just to save his units, but is that gonna be enough? He's gonna have to defend this third. Frito is just muscling his way in this matchup. He says, guess what? Zynga is gonna take this game, or at least take the Roach War. And now, moving in on the third, will Blue Dragon be able to hold the third here?
I think Blue Dragon will not be able to hold this third. He is at a deficit of about 30 supply here in the army count. And it's looking like, oh, okay, by Frito just taking out so many of Blue Dragon's roaches. And it looks like he's going to be able to pick off the whole army of Blue Dragon, or at least push him back far enough. And Frito actually has burrow halfway done now, picking off that third, going up, killing a queen. He is just going to keep pushing there.
Frito has complete dominance over the third, and now Frito has the complete upper hand in this game. He has a variety of options available to him. He could choose to starve out his opponent, but actually going to go in here in the natural and try to do as much damage as he possibly can. Frito wants to end the game right now, but we do have a counterattack by Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon trying to take the third out of Frito, recognizing that he needs to end this aggression with a counterattack. He does successfully take the third out, but that means that Frito now has the ability to route all of his forces into the natural. Now he's getting into the natural, attacking the drones, and we might see GG any second now from Blue Dragon. But Blue Dragon, he's still holding on here, Tara.
Absolutely. I would love to see a comeback from Blue Dragon, but it does look like Frito is about twice the supply now, and he is just running across the map with the rest of his reinforcements, and it looks like he'll be able to keep pushing here. And now that he has an overseer, he will be able to see everything that is going on with this burrow shenanigans of Blue Dragon.
Oh no, and targeting down the Roach Horn, and that is going to be GG right now. Blue Dragon is going to be unable to make any more reinforcements, and just the units that are here right now from Frito should be able to take this game for him. GG says Blue Dragon, well played. Frito takes the game. Game 2 does go to Zynga.
And we've evened out the playfield, ladies and gentlemen.
Tara, tell me, how did you feel about that match? You know, Zerg versus Zerg is just such an unpredictable matchup, very micro-intensive, especially at the beginning. You know, what did you think?
I feel very overwhelmed when I watch a ZVZ. Actually, it makes me very happy that I actually don't play Zerg, because it looks really stressful, and I couldn't imagine playing it, let alone, I mean, doing all of that micro that you have to do in the beginning of a ZVZ in order to kind of secure who is going to be ahead in the game. And I mean, it can go either way. It's very volatile. I mean, someone who wins with an amazing Baneling bust in the beginning can come out behind in the later game. So it was very tiring, to say the least.
Yeah, it did look like as the game went on, Frito did have the better macro skills. We saw Blue Dragon floating a lot of minerals there, especially towards the very end. And Frito was just able to take his slightly better macro advantage and push it there towards the end. We will come back with Game 3 here of Intel versus Zynga here at the After Hours Gaming League here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.